Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about gastric bypass and keto and intermittent fasting. Some of you out there have had this procedure done and you're wondering if it's safe, if it's okay, if it's beneficial to start the keto plan and do intermittent fasting. Okay, well first let's talk about what's really going on in the body. You're basically missing the full function of part of your digestive system. Sometimes it's going to be the stomach, sometimes it's the small intestine, sometimes it's a combination of both. Now, the purpose of the stomach is to help you break down protein into amino acids and also to absorb minerals, among other functions like killing off microbes and things like that. So maybe you won't have the full function of breaking down protein and absorbing minerals. So those are two little factors we're going to come back to. The small intestine, on the other hand, controls 90% of the absorption of all your nutrients. So a lot of the digestion starts in the small intestine. And then in the small intestine, you get like 90% of your digestion happening there. So those two key areas are crucial in your ability to assimilate minerals and break down food, okay? So yes, we want you to do this, but we want you to do it with a twist. You're gonna have to add something to acidify the stomach, whether it's apple cider vinegar or apple cider vinegar pills, or something called betaine hydrochloride, or the combination of both, which will then start really helping you break down proteins and start pulling in minerals just by that alone, okay? So it's not necessarily a nutrient, it's something to help you absorb the nutrients. The next thing that's probably gonna be very important is something called purified bile salts. That's gonna support the gallbladder because when people have gastric bypass, it alters their ability to release bile. So now they can absorb 100% the fat-soluble vitamins, the other fats that are essential for health in your cellular membrane, in your brain, in your nervous system. So instead of adding more fat or fat-soluble vitamins as pills, I recommend you take a purified bile salt. And that way you can take it after the meal and help absorb the food that you're already consuming, okay? So that's number two. And the third thing is minerals, okay? You're gonna need the minerals, especially the trace minerals. Simply because you don't have the surface area in those parts to really pull it in. So I would get a liquid plant-based trace minerals. Very, very important for doing this program. So after you add the acid and the bile salts, then you want to add minerals. I recommend plant-based trace minerals. Why? Because it absorbs so much better than other types of minerals. It has like 100% absorption rate because the minerals are 15,000 times smaller than other minerals. Okay, so you can really pull that in. But when you do the intermittent fasting, and I'll put a link down below how to do it, you basically create what's called autophagy, the recycling of your protein. So the need for protein goes way, way down. In fact, intermittent fasting will stimulate growth hormone, human growth hormone, by 1,300% to up to 2,000%. That's also going to preserve your own protein. So again, the need for protein is going to go down, which is exactly what you want to do because you don't have the surface area to really digest the quantity of food. So basically, intermittent fasting makes your machine, your digestive machine, very efficient. So you don't need as much raw material. Plus, doing this and keto reduces insulin resistance. It actually improves insulin resistance to the point where insulin now works again. And when insulin works, that alone helps you absorb more nutrients. So it is essential for anyone who had gastric bypass to do keto and intermittent fasting, not just for your weight loss, but for health in general. All right, so I put a link down below to get more information on acids and bile salts and minerals. All right, thanks for watching. Hey guys, a lot of you already have my book, some of you don't, but this new edition called the New Body Type Guide is an upgrade from my last edition called the 7 Principles of Fat Burning. It has 156 images, 378 pages, full glossary. I talk about keto, intermittent fasting, the body types in detail. I have a new stress chapter. I'm going to show you exactly what to eat and a comprehensive FAQ. I put a link down below, check it out.